Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to a brand new video. Today is my May TBR. I'm trying to stick with these because it's something that makes me excited to read, and May was supposed to be a totally different month for me. It's supposed to be my wedding month, and I didn't think I was going to get any reading done, but with everything that's going on in the world with COVID and everything, I have books to read because I'm not going anywhere. I'm not getting married, I am not going on my honeymoon, I'm not going to America at the moment, so everything's out of the window and I can focus on different things. But don't worry, there's a video coming on what happened and what's going on. I kind of briefly speak to you guys about this, but I'll speak to you guys in another video. We are getting married but at a later date, so I will keep you updated in another video. But today we're going to focus on what I'm reading in May. As you can tell by certain books, they are things that I really am excited to read. So let's get into it before I keep on yapping. Okie doke. The first book needs no introduction. You guys know I've been waiting for this for ages. And this is the Cassandra Clare's The Last Hour, first book in the series Chain of Gold. I am so excited to read this, especially after reading the Infernal Devices. The whole Will and Tessa and Jam. Oh my, I actually forgot his name for that one split second. I was gonna say James, but then I was like, no, James is the son. But anyways, I'm so excited to read this. I did read the first 2 chapters in this little like snippet that we got from Owl Crate. But this is actually the Fairy Loot edition, which is the collector's edition with, you know, the little snippet inside and the stamp of Cassandra Clare inside. So I'm so excited to read this. I like hardbacks. As you can tell, I always like reading hardbacks. I don't like reading paperbacks, they're a bit annoying. But I do like the luxurious feel of a hardback book. So I'm really excited to read this. This is obviously the kids of the Infernal Devices in one book, and I'm so excited to read this. So this is going to be the first book I read in May, I'm not going to lie, and I'm going to devour that like crazy. Moving on, a new series in the TBR is Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. I love Sarah J Maas. I love her books. I've been really enjoying them, and I had to put this on my TBR because I don't think it was on it last month. I can't recall, and I haven't read it yet, and I can't wait to get into it. And it's obviously an assassin fantasy. I don't know if it's high fantasy or YA fantasy, I'm not so sure, but I know it's about an assassin. I don't know much. Again, I like to go in not knowing much because I tend to enjoy it more when it's like that. And I love her writing. I've been told there's a book before this, which is the 0.5 book, and this is the #1 book, but it was written after, so I'm going to go by publication dates and read them in the way she wrote them. So I'm just going to read them like that and go from there. But I'm really excited to try this and read it and see what I think about it in a review, hopefully once we get into it. So that one. Another book is this, and this is a sequel. So there's a new one coming out, and this is The Serpent and Dove, by Shelby Maharin. I'm sorry, I'm butchering your surname. But there's a lot of hype on this, and I've seen a lot of people reading this and loving it. And there's the sequel. Is it Blood and Honey? Is it something like? I'm just gonna check. I'm sure I checked it beforehand, but I'm sure Blood and Honey. So there's a sequel of this is coming out. I'm not sure if the end of the year or next year, and it's called Blood and Honey. And I'm sure either Owl Crate or Fairy Loot are doing a collector's edition where you can buy the book with like a special like cover and stuff. So I don't know much again about this, but I knew everyone was like raving it, so I thought I'd pick it up. But I do know, I think there's some kind of love interest in this, and from reading the back it just says, a witch and a witch hunter bound in holy matrimony. There was only one way such a story could end, and it just says a stake and a match. So I'm guessing this is going to be an interesting read, and I can't wait to get into it. So yeah, that's another book to add to my TBR. this, you would have seen this in my Alcrate unboxing for March, and this is The Kingdom of Back, and this is by Mary Lou. A lot of people have been liking this, and it's an historian fantasy which I've never read before, and I'm really interested in actually reading this. And this is the last Alcrate book for a couple of months, because Alcrate unfortunately will be doing I think it's April and May. They're doing the same are it April or May? I think it's April or May. They're doing the same books as Fairy Loot's March and April, so I'm not going to get the same book twice, so I just kind of skipped them until hoping June. So we're gonna see. But this I'm actually really excited because it's about a girl who can't actually play music until she's of age and married or something like that. I don't know much about it, again, for the same reason as I prefer to not know much, so I can actually read it and enjoy it and not go into it and maybe not liking it, maybe not looking forward to what I'm going to read and stuff like that. I just prefer that kind of idea unless I really like the story and I can't wait to read it. So I'm looking forward to reading this. I love the silver sprayed edges, and at the back it says, I am the sister I'm the sister, the other Mozart, and her story is mine. So it's musically related and I can't wait to read it. So yeah. Finishing off with two books that are the finale to ACTA, you can say, but I'm not sure if it's the finale. I think it's the finale of the characters in the beginning, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what I was reading online. So A Court of Wings and Ruin is basically when Feyre and, well, not really. So basically in A Court of Mist and Fury, at the very end, we know that Feyre and Rhys get married, and Feyre kind of goes back with Tamlin undercover. And I think this is basically about her being undercover with Tamlin and stuff like that. So that I'm really looking forward to reading. And then this is like a spin-off book which is called A Court of Frost and Starlight, and if I'm not mistaken, this is about Feyre and Rhys, and I think it's just a little like story novella until the next book comes out. I'm really excited to read it. So I have two books I want to finish because I like finishing a series and then moving on to the next. So that's why these both are in the TBR. So I have 6 books that I need to read that I would love to read in May. We will see how we get on. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed these books. If there's anything you want to pick up, just, you know, I'll leave all the links down below for the book depository. Check out book links if that one makes any sense. And if you want to pick up one of these books and read them with me in May, go ahead and check out and go purchase it. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a lovely day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone.